So what's going on, guys? It is Tuesday morning. It's a couple days before the Prohibition Rat Rod show and festival. And I'm on the way to the parts store right now because I had bought a real nice set of plug wires from MSD. They're like the super stock wires or superconductor wires or something like that. Supposedly real low resistance. I did test them with the voltmeter, and that is actually true. They are a less resistance than the ones I have on my rat rod now. However, I was also going to change the spark plugs because I don't know when the last time spark plugs were changed. Nothing's misfiring at the time, but the only issue is if I can find it. This is the spark plug I have. It's like the shorter version. I can't just like walk in, pick up a set, and walk out. They use these shorter plugs, so I'm off to find some. I actually went to Pep Boys not too long ago, and it's been about 5 days since they said it would be in. So I can't wait all week because, I want to get this done and make sure everything's working before we hit the road. I've done a lot of maintenance to the rat rod. I've changed the oil and whatnot, changed all the fluids. So we should be good to go on that because this is the first big trip with the rat rod, and I'm really excited. So anyways, we're off to hunt spark plugs. I'll still have to make spark plug wires. They're the kit where you can make them. But we're hunting spark plugs right now. I'm not coming back till I have some. And then after that, I got to build spark plug wires to kind of neaten up the spaghetti mess that's on my distributor right now. And then that'll be done, and it'll pretty much be ready for Prohibition. So I can't wait. I'm really excited to see how it does with the new plug wires and the new plugs. Maybe it'll be a little bit more efficient, burn a little bit better. So that's what I'm hoping for. But anyways, off to the parts store. Okay, so O'Reilly's came through for me. They had them in stock. Not really the brand I wanted, but I'll take them for now. I'll do some more research on spark plugs later, but basically I just want to do maintenance and redo the pretty much the whole ignition system. So yeah, I'm headed to the shop now. Hopefully today get all the plug wires done, all the spark plugs done, set the plug gap and whatnot, and then we should be good to go for Prohibition. So this is what I got here. Sorry if there's a glare on the box. There is a light directly above us. But I bought these at Pep Boys. I did test them to see if they actually had less resistance than advertised. Because they advertised that they were better than the XLs, which is what I have on here. And now my Camry battery's getting ready to die. So just wanted to show you guys kind of what came in the kit, or came in the box. The directions are here. It came with a couple of stickers, MSD stickers. If you have any issues, I think that's the warranty form. These are the plug wires. I do have a straight 6 in my rat rod, and there's 8, so I guess I'll keep some as spares just in case. It comes with wire crimper tool, and it comes with all the different plugs for the or the connectors for the spark plug wires. There's a double crimp connector right here, and I think that's the regular 90-degree one. I think I'm going to use the double crimp because people said they like them because they were pretty strong. They've had issues with these kind of pulling out every now and then. And I almost forgot, this also came with a label, or a couple of rings to put on the spark plug wires to label which ones are which, so I'll be putting those on. Again, I'm only going to be using 6 out of 8, but anyways, it's a nice little touch. So I just want to say real quick that I have never built my own spark plug wires. I've always bought them pre-bought, but I do want to make it look a little bit neater with making my own. Plus, these are pretty nice spark plug wires. Really low resistance on them. I'm really happy with them. So yeah, so that's my disclaimer, is I've never built spark plug wires. This will be the first time. It didn't seem like it was that difficult, but now that I said that, it's probably going to be a nightmare. But I'm basically just going to do one wire and one plug at a time and just work my way through the whole thing. And I thought I was going to use some wiring connectors that I had laying around, or wire separators that I had laying around, but I've just decided I'm going to do the zip tie method because that looks just as good, and I can kind of custom fit it how I need it. So I'm probably not going to film the first one because it's going to be trial and error, but I may film the rest of them going through. So here we go. So I got the first spark plug wire done. Wasn't too bad. I think I do like that dual crimp a little bit better. I did have to do some stuff other than like using the directions to kind of get it to work right, because even with the little supplied tool, the wire crimper tool, I still had to do a little extra cutting to kind of get it to where the directions say to put it, but I ran the truck and I don't hear any skipping, so I know my spark plug wire works. Another reason I got the 90-degree spark plug, or the spark plug into the wires, is because stuff like this here, if you can see, this is pushing real hard on this, so that's another reason why I got the 90-degree. But basically what I've been doing is just working my way back. This one will run here to that one, and basically what I'm going to try to do is run them down and then bring them up to here. So I'll just mark it where I need to cut it, and then we'll take it over to the vise and stick it in the little cutting guide. So the little thing, this little tool that they give you with the kit, there's basically a size for, I believe, like one's for 8mm and one's for 8.5. Don't quote me on that. I'm actually looking at my spark plug now. Yeah, 8.5. And basically all you do is once you cut it to length, you will, this is for the dual crimp, you'll push it through, and I don't have my conductor trimmed up, so I'm sorry, but you would strip it there for the dual crimp and then there for the standard crimp. So I've been using the dual crimp, so I'll trim mine up about right there after I cut it to length. So it's cut to length now, not exactly the straightest cut, but that don't matter. But basically I've been pulling them back just slightly. I know it's supposed to be up to about right there, but it says it's only supposed to be 1/8 of an inch past the dual crimp, which is, if I can find where it is, which is that little smaller set of crimp tabs right there where my fingers are. It's only supposed to be 1/8 of an inch past that. It's a little long if you use the guide here, if you go the full length, so I just bring it back just a hair, and that saves me from having to trim it again. So I'm going to get my knife, and basically all you do is you just push this down flat with the little tool here, and then just turn the spark plug wire. And once you've done that, you pull it out, and then you turn it counterclockwise, and it should pop right off, which it does. So pretty neat little setup they got going on here, and then that's pretty much ready to be crimped. And then all I do, I just go ahead and do this now, but you just slide the little tabs here down this little tool, and they will pop onto the line just like that. Pretty neat little stuff. Another thing the directions said is to take these little, it's about a 1/16 size bend right here, like the little piece of metal past the bend, and you're supposed to use needle nose pliers to bend those at 90 degrees, and apparently it makes it even stronger, so that's what I've been doing as well, just trying to follow the directions to a T, and so far it seems to be working. And then you'll slide that in the crimping tool. They're roughly about 90 degrees. It'll close up a little bit more once I actually put the wire in there. So now it's crimped on there, and next I will use the little tool they gave us to crimp it the rest of the way. And all that's left to do is pretty much crimp it. I about dropped it there. Alright, so now it's crimped. The next thing to do will be to crimp the little conductor tabs, which, if you guys can see, it's about right there. And then the last step is pretty much to push the boot on and then go stick it on the rat rod, and then basically what I'll do is I'll run the rat rod and then I'll pull the plug wire, and that's what I was trying to explain earlier. I don't think I explained it the right way, but basically I'll pull this plug wire when if it starts running rough, and then it fixes itself. Once I plug it back up, then I'll know the wire's working right. Again, I don't have my timing light where I could just check it that way, but yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that done. Alright, so I'm not really going to film doing the rest of them, just solely because it's just going to get really repetitive. I'll start filming once I start kind of doing some wire management, cleaning it up, making it look good. But I'm really happy with it. This is actually fairly easy. I think anybody can do this, again, because I've never done spark plug wires. Directions are pretty straightforward if you read them and just kind of take your time. So I definitely recommend them if you're looking for kind of a plug wire upgrade. I mean, the only thing is they're pretty expensive. That's the one downside, but again, they are a lower resistance as advertised, so, you know. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and finish these up, and I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright guys, so all my plug wires are now MSDs. I have them somewhat routed the way they're going to go. Obviously, I have to put stuff on them to separate them and clean them up a little bit. But I'm really happy. Once I did the first 2 or 3, it really started flowing. Really easy kit to use. Definitely recommend it if you're going to get spark plug wires. But now I'm going to fire up the truck and make sure it runs. Alright guys, so she is running just fine. No skipping, no popping. So next thing I'm going to do is take all these new plugs and get them installed, get the old ones out. But I'm really happy with these. I'm glad I got it done now. It's actually a really nice day, and I will go for a cruise and see if I can notice any difference. So spark plugs are gapped. There's actually already one in the truck, if that's why you're wondering there's only 5. But I'm basically, because the old ones are still good, I saved the boxes for these plugs here, and I'm gonna keep these in my toolbox just in case. Again, I don't think I'll need anything, but I do like to carry a little bit of spare parts, some basic parts, in case something does happen. You know, I may be able to fix it on the side of the road. If it does happen, just preparing for the worst, but that's why I'm doing all this maintenance now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these installed. Alright guys, so the new plugs are in. I basically took the old ones and back here in my little storage thing, and I've got them right there. That way, if I need something like that, I have them, because they were running when I took them out. But I'm about to fire this thing up and make sure everything's good, and the last step will be to do something with the spaghetti monster that's living around my distributor. Oh yeah. I can already tell it's a little bit better idle than when I brought it in here. That's great. So I consider this a success. Alright, so now we're going to be using a bunch of these to get the wires nice and organized so they look neat. Okay guys, so I got the wires separated and organized now. It still kind of looks like a mess, but at least they're all together, they're all labeled. Really happy with the way it came out. I definitely recommend that kit if you are going to build your own spark plug wires. It was pretty simple, but I do have to fasten down my Uga horn here because it is literally about to come off. So we don't want that. So I'm actually going to take the rat rod for a little bit of a test run. I can already tell the throttle response is maybe a little bit better. The reason I say maybe is I don't know if it has to do with the temperature outside or the temperature outside in combination with the new plug wires, but it feels pretty good, so I'm real happy with it. So yeah, we're going to do a little test drive and just see how she does.
Charlotte's #1 for New Country.
Okay, so everything is pretty much done. The rat rod is ready for Prohibition other than decorating. Now we're not planning on going super overboard with the decorating one because we do have to drive this 2 hours to Wilkesboro. But if you guys can see in the back, we have a crate full of mason jars. It may be a little hard to see the way I'm holding the camera, but we're going to fill these up with water, and we're going to paint these crates like a dark brown, and we're going to fill up the truck bed with them. We're not going to cover up the stop sign, obviously, because I still have to get fuel But all in all, there's going to be about 24 mason jars full of water bouncing around in the back in celebration of the Prohibition Festival. So I'm not going to show that on camera. I may show you guys before we hit the road going to Wilkesboro, because this will be a several day project. I need to get this video out tonight because I'm not going to have a chance to any other time. So yeah, anyways, I'm really looking forward to Prohibition. I hope you guys are too. If you're going to be there, leave us a comment in the section below. But yeah, if you're racing at Charlotte this weekend, good luck to you as well. I know there's several subscribers that are planning on racing Charlotte at the short track finals this weekend. Good luck to you guys. Stay safe. But I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, we will see you in the next video.